It's a great day to be in real estate. This is Duanebeisner, sales manager and sales representative for ERA. For the quote of the day, if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time, by B.J. Marshall. And then for the joke of the day, old Fred had been a faithful Christian and was in the hospital near death. The family called in their preacher to stand with them. As the preacher stood next to the bed, old Fred's condition appeared to deteriorate, and he motioned frantically for something to write on. The pastor lovingly handed him a pen and a piece of paper, and old Fred used his last bit of energy to scribble a note and then suddenly died. The preacher thought it best not to look at the note at that time, so he placed it in his jacket pocket, and then at the funeral, as he was finishing the eulogy message, he realized he was wearing the same jacket he was wearing when old Fred died. He said, "You know, old Fred handed me a note just before he died. I haven't looked at it, but knowing Fred, I'm sure there's a word of inspiration there for us all." He opened the note and read, "Please step to your left. You're standing on my oxygen tube." And now for the business tip of the day. A great sales manager knows what needs to be overlooked and what needs to be addressed. Think about that. And for the Darwin Award of the day, on October 26, charges were dismissed against Lucas William Stenning, 32, who 6 weeks earlier had pleaded guilty to knowingly violating registration required of a predatory offender. Charges were dismissed because Lucas was dead. In a related story, on the afternoon of October 17th in the city of Bach, an injured hit-and-run victim was reported. The pedestrian, found on the side of the road, died in the ambulance at the scene. And in another related story, the police reported that a 32-year-old man had concocted a scheme to stage an accident in order to obtain prescription drugs. The plan was to jump out of a moving vehicle, become injured, go to the hospital, and receive narcotic painkillers. The plan failed when its mastermind, Lucas William Stenning, died at the scene due to head injuries. In other words, Lucas, 32, avoided a serious parole violation because he was deceased due to injuries he caused himself by leaping from a moving vehicle in order to obtain prescription painkillers. Ouch. And for the social commentary today, I thought, a lot of people are complaining about business in this environment. So there's a thing called the 6 things you need to know to double your income. Are you feeling confused in today's marketplace? Well, here's some tips to get your business back on track and double your income. First, let go of the need to please. A recent study on marketing revealed that it's not important that your client likes you. It's more important that the client perceives that you like them. Then your client will feel secure and confident and will take good care that you'll take good care of their needs. That does not mean that you have to bend over backwards for them, but rather build a relationship based on mutual respect. Number 2, clearing up your relationship with money. Do any of these thoughts float around in your head? Money's always flowing away from me. I'm not deserving of wealth. Other people can have nice things, but not me. Can you understand how difficult it would be to attract money to yourself with all these limiting beliefs pushing money away on a subconscious level? Remember, your beliefs create your reality. If you tell the universe you are not deserving of money, then the universe will send you exactly what you believe, and it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's important that you become aware of what these beliefs are, release them, and then install empowered beliefs that magnetize money to you, such as, I am a money magnet. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I attract abundance by working smarter, not harder. Third, reprogram your self-limiting beliefs about success. If you believe that success is hard, or that you'll have to sacrifice your personal life, or that to be successful you have to be selfish and aggressive, then that is exactly what you will create. The results of holding on to these anti-success beliefs is obvious. You just keep pushing it away day after day, month after month, year after year. Success always seems out of reach. If you do manage to achieve it, you'll push it away. But here's the good news. It doesn't matter how many years you've had a belief. The power to change that belief is always in the present moment. That's why it's so important to identify the belief and bring it to the surface. That's why working with an outside coach can save you years of struggle and sacrifice. With some outside support, you can easily see the benefits or the beliefs that have been blocking you. And once you have that awareness, it's relatively easy to reprogram that belief out of your mind. Number 4, release self-doubt. The only thing standing in the way of you feeling that you can do it all is your limiting self-beliefs. Most of them, I should say, are hidden under the surface, telling you that you can't. Even if you don't currently believe in yourself, you can be taught to retrain your brain so that you have unwavering faith in your ability to succeed. Every moment you have a choice to be in fear or in faith. Number 5, stop criticizing yourself. Self-criticism is a common pattern that stops people from being successful. This pattern is somewhat insidious. It operates below the surface. You may not even know it's happening. If you're busy beating yourself up, you're destroying your self-esteem, and that leaves you feeling very empty. Then you begin to crave validation. Since you're not giving it to yourself, you crave it from others, family, friends, clients, and prospective clients. As a result, you give up your power and put it in the hands of others. This puts you in a vulnerable position in every interaction. I recommend using the stop technique whenever you suspect that your inner critic has taken over. Step 1, say stop. Step 2, take a deep breath. Step 3, put a positive new thought in place, such as, I love and approve of myself, or I'm committed to building myself up instead of tearing myself down, or I always focus on my strengths. Number 6, start appreciating yourself. The interesting thing about your inner critic is that it probably has good intentions for you. It probably thinks that it can whip you into shape so you'll be more successful, but that is exactly the opposite of the truth. The truth is that when you're putting yourself down, you are weakening yourself and lowering your energy. The antidote to this is to begin to learn to appreciate and validate yourself. When is the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror and appreciated what you saw? Learning to validate yourself can be as simple as learning positive self-talk. This would sound like, I'm really proud of you, or good job. In other words, taking time to stop and appreciate all the good things you do. This helps you be more successful in several ways. 1, you're sending out a positive vibration in the universe and attracting that return. 2, it raises your energy. 3, it makes you magnetic for your ideal clients. And for the real estate news, the Fed considers ways to perk up the slow economy. Following a disappointing July jobs report, the Federal Reserve is under pressure to stimulate economic growth. At their August 10th meeting, officials likely will debate whether to hold down short-term interest rates for the long term or use proceeds from mortgage-backed securities investments to buy a small amount of government debt to lower long-term interest rates. But analysts say the impact of such moves would be minimal. While the Fed could restart programs to purchase MBS and government debt on a large scale to boost growth, there is concern that a Wall Street sell-off could occur if investors panic. For the second news of the day, Zillow says there's fewer listings that took price cuts in July. The prices of 29.1% of homes listed for sale on Zillow.com during July had been cut at least once, down from 30% in June, Zillow reported Monday. The median price reduction also declined slightly in July to 6.5% from 6.6% in June. The largest reductions were in Michigan, California, and Florida, with prices in Flint, Michigan trimmed by 11.8%. Detroit homes cut by 10.7%, and prices in Merced, California reduced by 10.5%. Well, that's it. That's a wrap. Thank you for watching. And as always, I'm proud to be an American.